Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This time I am out in the Bay Area. I'm checking out the Hip Hop BBQ Shack in San Bruno, California. They have this really cool outdoor space. They have a really cool window where you order, you check out the menu, place all your orders there. We're going to check in with Pitmaster Chef May and see what's going on.
Chef May, best of the Bay. And I tell everybody when you come here, it's literally like eating in Grandma's kitchen. My parents started off from Mississippi, Louisiana, and South Carolina, and they came to San Francisco for college, and coincidentally, both parents had restaurants. So in 1970, my family opened up their first restaurant, and then years later, I was born into it. My dad came to visit me here one day and said, "Oh my God, I'm so proud of you. When you were little, we couldn't afford a babysitter when we got our first restaurant, so we had your bassinet next to the fryer." I told him, "Don't tell that story to anyone else." He said, "But look at you now. Look what you blossomed into." So yeah, I've been a pit master. I've learned at 11 years old, my family got a smokehouse, and that's where I learned how to smoke and cure meats and what wood is paired with what meats.
Yeah.
So I am a master smoker, a master pit master, and this is the Neiman Marcus of barbecue. I cook everything in Grand Marnier, Jack Daniel's Hennessy, or Jameis Irish and Orange whiskey. Like, this is the real deal here. So when you come here, you're treating yourself. I tell everybody if they want nasty, cheap barbecue, go to Dickey's.
There you go.
Here you go.
Thank you.
And I'm Chef May.
Yes, ma'am.
From Texas, I had to give you some brisket too, huh?
Okay, I appreciate it.
Enjoy.
Thank you so much. All right, y'all, again, we're at Hip Hop BBQ Shack. It's San Bruno, California. And I got us a plate, man. Let's check it out. So we got the green beans, rib tips, and she hooked me up with a little brisket. She makes a mustard sauce. And I'm ready to dig into this, man. Got my Mexican Coke. I'm ready to go. All right, let's start with the rib tips. I just stuck my fork in there, and they are tender as hell. Miss rib tips, man. I don't get rib tips in Austin. It's not a thing down there unless you cut them off the spares yourself and cook them. So, let's see. The sauce is good. It's not too sweet, not too tangy. It's really good. Tips are smoked really, really well. Very tender. They're pulling right off, but they're not falling apart, which is great. And you can see the smoke action going on in that meat. That's fine rib tip. If all y'all don't know how to eat rib tips, you got to bust them things open. Get that meat between the cartilage. That's where the money is. I don't know if it's always the case.
Oh, you talking? Are you talking?
No, go ahead.
In Texas, it's hard to please in Texas.
Oh, I understand. Everything is great. Everything is great. I was just commenting on camera. We don't get tips in Texas. So I'm originally from the Chicago area. And rib tips is what we grew up on. That was barbecue to us.
Yeah.
In Texas, if you want tips, you got to buy the full spares and cut them off yourself and smoke them. You don't get rib tips down there. It's very, very rare. And so I'm like, yeah, I'll do some rib tips because I haven't had tips in a long, long time, especially from
Right.
a spot, you know. And so, yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying these. Yes, ma'am. But it's very good. She was asking me, she was like, all right, Texas, it's hard to please a Texan. And I just live in Texas, y'all. I'm not from there. I live there now. Well, yeah, I miss tips. And as you can see, these tips are good because I'm not leaving nothing behind. And they are sauced very well. When I say very well, I mean like there's a lot of sauce on them, but the sauce is not overpowering at all. And man, look how soft. Look how soft that is, man. Nicely done. And if you look at that seasoning, man, there's herbs, all types of spices and seasonings. I guess she didn't just slap some stuff on here. Like, she's doing a thing. Y'all know when I do my little dance, I'm a happy man. Let's get into the green beans. Green beans smell amazing. And they taste better than they smell. That's damn good pot of green beans right there. Shoot. All right, I have raved in the past about the green beans at LJ's Barbecue in Brenham, Texas. These are right there with them. Damn good green beans. Man, so much going on in here. But again, not overdone, but complicated flavor going on here. Let's put some whole butter in here. They are rich and velvety. And that juice, man, you could drink that juice. Tell you what I'm going to do. She gave me some bread. I'm going to dip that bread in that juice. I'm going to pop them beans. I ain't no sucker. I know the move. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Time for the brisket. It's definitely not Texas brisket because of the way it's sauced and the way it's cut up. But let's give it a try. It's cooked well. Fat is rendered. Yeah, I'm not used to brisket being sauced, but I like it. It's good. It's not Texas brisket, but it's good brisket. And again, I'm saying herbs and spices and seasonings in here. Yeah, Chef May ain't playing games. I'm happy I've decided to drive out here. I'm not staying close to here, but I said, you know what? Traveling for barbecue is my thing. And honestly, it was only about a little over 20-minute drive for me. That's a small price to pay for good barbecue, especially for something different and well done like this. This is really good. Really good. I like the tips a lot better than I like the brisket. And it could just be because I'm used to Texas brisket and the fact that I miss rib tips. You know, like I said, we don't get tips in Texas unless you make them yourself. And these remind me of home. Like, super soft, seasoned to high heaven, just luscious little chunks of meat. Yeah. And the brisket and the tips is all she had left. So now I got here about 1:00 and she was already sold out of everything else. And she only had a few sides left too. And so that's always a good sign. When a barbecue joint is selling out and it's just past lunch, that's telling you something.
So this is my massive pit,
Oh, you got the big old hickory.
and it has revolving racks all inside.
Nice. Oh, yeah. I love it.
And this cylinder is where I feed all of the wood into.
Nice. What are you running right now?
So nothing. Everything has been cooked. I am taking a break. So we started last night at 12 a.m. and we put on 100 racks of ribs, 40 pounds of brisket, and 20 turkeys. So we had a catering today for City of San Bruno.
Okay.
So that's why I said it was only rib tips available, because I'm just moderately
Gotcha.
helping for the public. But yeah, so here, this has 20 revolving shelves. It revolves all the way around. And then that's where I lay everything on there.
I love it.
And see, people in California don't have this type of pit. They use the makeshift. But this was grandfathered in because this place has been here for 50 years.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you're able to keep it.
Yes, yes. But, it's been upgraded since then. But because it's grandfathered in, we can keep replacing the pit.
Oh, well,
Other
good.
than that, California really doesn't let you have pits on the inside for some reason, like they let y'all do it out in Texas.
Yeah.
Yes.
So as long as you keep basically the exhaust and all that piping and everything.
Yes, that was already grandfathered in. They don't let you do any existing. They don't let you make them brand new, no.
Well, you got lucky.
Yes.
Well, I appreciate it.
Sure, yeah, I wanted to show you that.
Yes, ma'am. I'm a happy man. It's a BKC seal of approval, y'all. If y'all ever in the area, y'all check Chef May out. She got some groovy stuff going on here. And the vibe is really cool, man. Outdoor space. Small, but quaint. Inside is hip-hop all day. Look like a hip-hop record store in there. Add this to your list, man. Make sure you get out here, support. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one, man.